What up, homies? Welcome to episode 8 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. It's getting political up in here as we kind of forget about that murder case we're supposed to take care of for a while and go talk to the people demonstrating in front of the closed-off harbor. Turns out that these guys are strike breakers, trying to fill in for the union workers who are currently striking and blockading the harbor. We talk to their leader, who seems pretty sus and has some interesting concepts of class struggle and unionizing. And as if this is a title race for most fucked up ideologies ever, we later walk up to this big ass dude, who is a racial supremacist, including physical anthropology, race theory, and cultural domination. But hey, the disgusting chat with this weirdo at least lets us unlock the detective thought for Mazovian socioeconomics, which is this in-game world's take on communism. Sadly, it's a pretty propagandistic and dumb take on communism, but we'll take what we can and hope for a more nuanced spin later on. Thanks for coming by, and enjoy! Right to work. I mean, he seems to be the center of attention here, probably holding a speech, so let's listen to that guy.
Bastards!
Scab leader, here we go.
We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. Oh, he's a big guy. Huh? What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No. Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Which is why we don't want to be a cop. Oh, then yes. Wait, okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together.
Wait, what?
Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Strikebreakers. And all of a sudden I hate you. What kind of cause are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any sides yet. Regardless, I have some questions. Okay, I'll be going on. We're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. I'm not a fan of this strikebreaker. Let's hear more about his cause.
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Okay, so who is the striking party then? Because that sounds fine.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Okay. I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers.
I mean, that's debatable. Since they are, a government organ there to perform a specific task, they are not exactly workers. They have a specific civil task. So there's a difference there.
I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Huh. So yeah, then I'm not a scab. This is what we can decide now when we talk to that funky guy up there. Let's ask this guy some questions.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing. That's the guy up there to the top.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbor too. What is a strike? Who are all these strike breakers? What exactly is your goal here? What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his worker overalls. This guy is hired. This guy is a hired guy. This is why he's leading these strike breakers, where probably some of them are also hired. This guy is hired by the guys whose company is being striked on. So, no, we're not a scab. We can now define that. What do the strikers want?
Beats me.
Beats
They
me.
mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting, what does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You're wearing new clothes. Yeah, he got them. He was hired and he got some random clothes to fit in with these guys to lead the strike breakers.
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Class struggle 101, my guys. The strikers are fighting against the rich people, the owners. And this motherfucker was hired, as usually police is not hired, but used to hold that shit down. Who are all these strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
This is a weird spin. This is a weird both sidesy kind of spin. Probably just to get these guys on his side, because they are obviously not fans of corporate interests. But he makes that weird claim that strikers are toys for corporate interests. What they also obviously are not. If these guys want to work again for probably a trash wage, which is why the strikers are striking, they become toys. So yeah, weird guy. The man runs a hand through a steadily graying military
We
haircut.
came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
And that's how the system stays running. Because there's always someone even more beat down to fill in the gaps.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Nice writing. Because that kind of locks these people into this job. So there's no upward mobility within your social hierarchy. You are given a job to do, like a machine. And you cannot get out there. All you can hope for is actually be allowed to do that job for trash wage, so you can somewhat buy something. But if all these people would unite with the strikers, and the way more people that there are, they'd actually be better off.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from? Yeah, okay.
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out the strike mess. Routine, part of the investigation. I thought you looked real familiar for a second there. That's sus, because if he is someone we could know, he'd be maximum defensive or not even talk to us at all anymore. So let's go for the safe thing here. Going to figure out the strike mess.
Big mess caused by union greed.
Greed.
But I only fight for the rights of people.
Union greed.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background. Makes sense, I guess. Never mind, not gonna pry. No, we're gonna pry.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. I don't really drink. But work has taken me to some. Which one was it? This seems like a... I mean, it's lying, obviously, but whatever. Focusing this on our work, again, feels like we are interrogating him, which could mean that he closes up. So let's go for this. I frequent bars.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yes, I think I've been there. No, not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things. I don't really remember things well. Never heard of it. Are you lying? So this, yeah, I think I've been there. Could, again, be interpreted as we are just trying to lead him along, and maybe he can, you know, he stumbles upon something, or you know, stumbles in the stuff he tells us, and we can catch him either in a lie or something else suspicious, or it's just, oh yeah, sure. Can't really tell from this text. But let's go for that.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
See? The man is quickly losing interest in talking with you. Cool. I want to get into the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about the murder that took place there, here, behind the hotel cafeteria there. This is an official matter not to be discussed with outsiders. It's not a secret. This guy will know that there has been a murder. Everyone here will know, so it's not like we have to hide that. So let's go for the open one.
I know nothing about a murder.
Sassy. You know, maybe this guy is involved in that shit, because he is, you know, this strong, muscular guy, and we were looking for someone like that based on the footprints. And since we already are pinning him down as a strikebreaker, he could also have killed one guy from the corporate side, hung him there with a bunch of other guys, and you know, put on some work boots, probably yelled some other phrases or whatever to pin this onto the union, onto the strikers, to have them either get arrested or forced to break up the strike and shit like that. So this guy is top on my list right now.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through. Interesting.
Absolutely nothing. Why so tense? I feel we should go for why so tense, because he seems a little bit on edge, and that might be straightforward enough that he not breaks, but you know, slightly breaks. Absolutely nothing seems a little bit too soft. So let's go for why so tense.
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Cool.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
No, it's not. I don't know. This really isn't my area of expertise. Sure, why not? I don't know.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
No, we are.
Pity. Let us work!
Okay, what exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you were unable to breach the entrance? Okay, I wanted to discuss something else. I'm gonna ask that. It seems a little bit like 10% dangerous that we like lead him on to actually do something and breach it, but maybe he wasn't actually hired for that.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
What? Head measurer? Wait, head measurer. Have you considered storming in, like all of you? Why don't you just talk to them? Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
No normal worker that's working in the harbor, which he claims to be, would talk like that. This is military talk. Again, pointing to him being hired.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired
My men.
and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Native fucks. That's supposed to mean.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect lightly bearded square wedge. I'm just going to leave now. Cool. Man, so glad that we made the decision to not talk to that guy. Oh. What's going on here?
Lonesome, long way home.
Oh yeah. How do we get home?
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. So we remembered a former home? How does it help us now? Bonuses. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Cool. Speed gives 1... Speed? What the hell is speed? Is that a drug? Are we talking about speed, the drug? Gives 1 psyche. Okay. I mean, we got some description of where to go now. I don't even know if this is on the map here. If we can actually get there. Okay. Is that permanently, by the way? Learning cap for perception raised to 5. I wonder if I can level up perception to 5, then unlearn this or forget it or whatever. And if I already spent 5 skill points in there, if that stay like that, or if it would go down to 4 again. Alright, keep going. What's that door here?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
Is this what these guys came in here with? What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
Is that the racist truck? What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Suns and wheels.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Yeah, it is. Cool. The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. Cool. What was stitched in there? Sons and wheels. So we gotta remember, sons and wheels are signs of racist people, or at least nationalist people. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Cool. Ooh, he dropped some cash. Let's check this car out. A foreign car kept in good condition. Alright, let's not go down here any further. I want to go up to the actual strike homie. I assume that he's a strike homie, because this guy was hating on him. Oh wait, you can look at that. It says GRIH. Here's the killer that guy was talking about. I mean, he does look tough. Alright, talk to this guy.
You escape now?
Cool. The man with jolly eyes winks at you. What exactly is a scab? Yeah, I'm a scab, poor and downtrodden. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. I'd like to leave out that last part, but I can't, so I'm not a scab.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
I mean, you might. No, we might not.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder. I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? He is striking. Where should he have money? Where should he get money from? What's the strike about anyway? Nice talk. Gotta get moving. I've come to Martinez investigating a murder. I assume we can ask most of these.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Alright. It's actually very fun and easy. You're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get it solved. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it? I have no idea what I'm doing. I gotta go for that.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
Alright. I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money. Yeah, I need to know what's behind there.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Okay. He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
That's simple. I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Right past, huh?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Semini supremacist. Okay. That is weird.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult. I gotcha. I think I have some questions for you first. So you're saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
I'd like to beat him in a talking competition. But I don't want to open these gates because the strike breakers would get through. So why would I want to do that? I just want to get into the harbor because the harbor, I think, is the way to access our code.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
How we are supposed to convert to the Semini supremacist view if we are not Seminis? Is that enough for him if we just assume that? Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone here ever bested that guy?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Got it. Another thing.
Sure.
The man whistles a jaunty tune, the wind rustling his whiskers. What's the strike about?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Sure. How do I get to him?
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Cool. Do you have money?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin towards you. Hand-eye coordination, medium 10. Try to catch it. Let it fall on the ground. I fear that if we try to catch it, we fall over and hurt ourselves. Can I save here? No. Oh yeah. No, we can't. All right. Here we go. 42%.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such.
Is that information?
Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
It's all good, my guy. I'm just extremely fucked up at all these things.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
What? What? Where is that? Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you. What was he talking about? Blood on my clothes? Whatever. Appreciate it. I almost had a heart attack. Say nothing. Pocket the coin. Appreciate it.
Right. Always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean. Not slithering scabs.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Super cool. Alright, let's get up here. Ooh, here's the red door. If we manage to go through here, we at our code. Can you see my code? The code? Yeah, here. It's over here, just underneath me. What's this? Electrical box? A notice. In case of a strike, press button behind guard. Alright. What's that door? A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Alright. Do you have anything new to say to me?
Yes?
No. Oh. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. Can I talk to you? No. Measure height crushes all. Not soft and weak like other men. Alright, what up, guy?
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
I know. How the fuck does he look like a cyborg? What the hell?
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Alright, Measurehead's babe. It's surprising to me that they are not numbered.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Say nothing, size him up first. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? My body does not betray my degeneracy. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbor. We don't have time to get into this now. Say nothing, size him up.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, I'm Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out your chest, still say nothing. What do you mean? Is this the same? Okay. We don't know much about this guy. We don't know anything about his Seminese background. So this could go two ways here. This option opened up because our authority allowed that. Although authority is a kind of a dangerous skill tree here. Because puffing out my chest in general would be a sign of not subordinating to that guy and, you know, challenging him. Which could either mean that he goes like, it's like that, and fucks me over, which would mean death. Or he goes like, man, I respect that you're trying to stay strong against me. Maybe he respects that. He probably doesn't because he's a racist. We're just gonna do it.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
He looks down at you taking stock of your physique.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
It's a failure, by the way.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend.
Pedomorphic? What the hell is that?
This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? My body does not betray my degeneracy. What do you... I mean, it kind of does. What do you mean?
You have succumbed to Al Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul? Smell your breath? Kim, is it really so bad? You're right, I'm an alcoholic, now I need to enter the harbor. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul, I just drink a little on the weekends. I think accepting it is a good choice here. I'm not really a fan that we immediately go on to I need to do something now and you have to enter this harbor which he is protecting, and he isn't a fan of us being addicted to Al Ghul. So these are other options of confronting it. First, just ask what he means, which is a little bit soft. This is kind of funny here. Kim, is it really so bad? I'm gonna go for the you're right, I'm an alcoholic, now I have to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
No, I'm not gonna listen to authority.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
The fat racist over there. Point to the racist lorryman. You're just him after pumping some iron. Actually, I think the ham sandwich race still has it in them. I am the police and I need you to comply. Now, take a step closer. The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. This is a kind of good answer. He will not like that because he sees himself above. So, any confrontation here could lead to him fucking us over and we're dead. It's kind of sad that we don't get any suggestion options here. The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. I'm gonna go for that. Let's see.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
I like how like 70% of the things that he's saying are just fucked up. Not great things.
You dominated lesser cultures. like the deformed Himians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Koikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Isn't she part of the ham sandwich race as well?
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Come on, and just need you to move about 20 centimeters back. Push him out of the way. You're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor. I don't want to I don't know if this button opens this whole gate. Or just the door that we've been at. Where we're gonna get through. You're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor, which you will not do. This will lead nowhere. This could lead to actually fooling him, which I don't assume it will. So, I mean, let's try it.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
Okay, let's go for number 3, I guess. You're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Okay.
Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This guy is so fucked up.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Would he? Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Simonese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Weird. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Know anything about this mug? Show him the mug. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Conceptualization. Subscribe to his advanced race theory. Physical instrument, knock him out. Yeah, for sure. I'm not a fan of that, because I'm not going to internalize that shit. Not as much. What do you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them. So it seems like this would be a thought that we can think about. You know, one of those thoughts in here. And if we activate that, we could, you know, maybe actually get through here and talk to this guy and then forget it again. I don't know. Maybe we even get the choice. So, you know, if we do this at all, we want to lie to that guy just to get past him. Because I don't want to lock in ourselves as a advanced racist. So let's first ask these other questions. You serve the Union.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored of you.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Okay. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life? You keep telling yourself that? I'm sorry, of course I understand now. Deeper. This is very straightforward. This is too passive-aggressive. It's a little passive-aggressive, but I feel too soft. Let's go for straight out contradicting him.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did.
Okay. Naivistic communist. Okay.
Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm no communist. Communism is pretty cool. Individualism is my jam. My jam is a materialist fourth thing. Enough of this. Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent.
Okay.
Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases.
For sure. This guy is a learned person. What? It's communism's fault. Sexually transmitted diseases, obviously. What the
Above
hell?
all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
There's no good option here. I've gotten it from disco, actually. It's true, I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel. Youth culture does not affect my thinking. I mean, this is the correct answer here. Because this has nothing to do with youth culture. It's an economic view. So, and we are in a very economic situation here. So youth culture does not affect my thinking.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race.
Ham-colored.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Okay, I'll ask, who are the Seminoles? I don't really know the Seminoles, who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma. Wonderful, I need to enter the harbor now. On police business, wonderful. We're done with this line of inquiry. Okay, I'll ask, who are they?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that prove?
We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulembuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So yeah, so you did come from the islands? So you did not come from the islands. Yeah, he is not from the islands. He is from here. Just claims that his superior descendants is in his genes.
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
Ah, youth culture?
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Oh, well, fuck that guy. So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world.
Okay.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Jesus Christ. Kim, what do you think about this? Know anything about this mug? What are the tattoos of you supposed to mean? I'm just gonna ask this guy some more.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down the street, but yet you are a racist, though.
I am not like them.
Of course not.
I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
This guy is completely lost in his culture war weirdness. You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you? You're right, that's craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance. Say nothing. Say nothing.
Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years, there is need for a servile homunculus.
What the hell? Know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it? This your kind of thing? Put this into the trash lately?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Alright. Kim, what do you think about
I
this?
think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
What? Okay.
That will be
That will be our lucky racist. How do you know there will be a next racist? I like the previous racist better, actually. That will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
Oh my god. This is... this is like race theory on drugs. Holy shit.
the lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Okay, so we are gonna try this. Subscribe to his advanced race theory just to get so we can get past him, and then we're gonna immediately unsubscribe from that.
Go ahead.
And we fail.
Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets.
I want to learn this race theory of yours so that we could become friends. Try to smile pathetically. I need some of that race stuff in my brain. Suck it to me. No, I better say nothing on this topic. I thought there would be more suggestion options here, but this guy, I mean, he's too hardcore lost in the sauce here. I don't think there's any clear way to make any inroads here. And I kind of don't want to taint our journal history here with that racist bullshit. The only other way in there would be if we succeeded at that jump to get our code. So that would mean that we're already inside. Let's keep this open. I know we're keeping a lot of things open at the moment, but I don't want to subscribe to that so fast. So, I mean, we failed. I don't even know what that means. Would we be able to ask a better question if we did not fail that? Let's go for the first option here. I want to learn of this race theory of yours so that we could become friends, because that seems like we're not totally subscribing, so there maybe is, you know, some more options.
Do not be naive. I know the answer to the great race enigma. Why would I share it with a deformed infant? You do not have the devotion for servitude. Okay, so get out of here. We could do this again if we put points into conceptualization. Here, okay, put skill points into conceptualization. It said the same thing about endurance with the white check at the corpse. So maybe this actually means we do have to put skill points in there, and just closed skill points do not count. So buying that raincoat might not be the way to go.
Hey,
Yeah? Look around. Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again? How come there's words on the street? Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't argue with that. Yes, we should all stop building love. Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner. Am I? Can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
Yeah? How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs.
What? No.
That kind of stuff.
What? Murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs? What the hell is that shit? Impale all people who have more than 25... What the hell? No. Right, that sounds like me. I haven't said anything like that. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Yeah?
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
What the hell? I thought this game was open to other trains of thought. This is weird. Continue.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first, what's this communism about? Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. It's too tiring, I don't have it in me, I'm beat down and broken. I want to learn what these guys think communism is, cause some of that shit was just dumb.
Failure.
Oh my
It's
god.
about failure.
Failure question mark.
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Sure.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
Yeah. I didn't like this you alone against every living thing. Because this seems like they equalize communism and tyranny. And just one big leader. Which is not the case. I assume that these guys know better, so we're just gonna go down this route.
You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
There's an intrinsic contradiction. No one can build that shit alone. The whole it has community in its name. I can't do that alone. The whole idea is about not doing that alone and not having a small percentage of people build something like that up. It's about the community, about all of them. So this is a weird spin. Is that the wrong kind of the communism spin and there's another thought that would be better?
Now get to work, comrade.
I mean, I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna opt into that, and hopefully there's a more knowledged or a more, knowledgeable way of approaching that, because this is a pretty stupid way of thinking about that. A very propagandized way of thinking about that. So let's first opt in, and then we're gonna see how deep this shit actually goes and how true to the actual reality it is.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads
Oh my
and
God.
the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those? Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Wait, what? Firing squads?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Weird. I'm not a fan, but sure. Mazovian socioeconomics. -2 visual calculus. Looks like reaction. Temporary research bonus. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of 02, from O2 I guess, from the oceanic trench where it has been resting. Covered in ghosts and seaweed, he is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Weird. Unlock a new slot. Ugh. How? Skill point. I mean, okay, yeah, I want to do that. I know that we've wasted one, not wasted, but we've given away one skill point now because we wanted to level endurance, but I want to learn about this shit. This is weird. This is not actual communism, but a weird propagandistic spin on that. But let's see how far that goes. Maybe there's more in here. Somewhere in here. All right. Can I get at that thing? No, this guy's in the way. Okay. That was kind of weird. Let's keep going. We've got 627. When we could try and buy that that raincoat, and then take care of that corpse again. Do you have anything new to say? Probably not.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
The measure head thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days.
Okay.
Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Turn to Kim. Wait, we have air support? What didn't you tell me? I'm pretty sure we don't. At least not at all. Not all of these things. We haven't gone for a very funny option lately, so let's go for this.
Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
This guy is also a somewhat weird stereotype because he's like a drugged up hippie. Where are the actual strike people? Where's the
Something
union?
changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Okay, yes.
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically, grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Isn't that pretty much what we did?
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Okay. Okay, we can return here. Let's get back into this city here. And let's just buy that raincoat now. Maybe that works.
You see several packaged rain.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Captain Yellow. What did this give? Esprit de Corps, okay. Oh, this would have given 1 point more in conceptualization, so we could... shit. If I had remembered that, we could have put that shirt on and see if we can re-roll the white roll at that racist guy that we just talked to. Now we're gonna go to the corpse and see if there is a way now. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Alright. Will you let me do that now?
There he still
No,
is,
it's locked.
looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Okay, we actually gotta put a skill point in there. That also means that we won't be able to just put on this shirt and talk to the races some more. Let's put that back on. We actually can't sell that apparently. Some things they had prices here. This price 13 cents, $2.50, $2 to what, real 50 and 135. Okay, but we gotta find other ways to do that.